Hey there, YouTube. I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope everybody had a nice weekend out there. I had a lovely weekend here. The weather was perfect, and I got out of the house and explored. After being down in this area almost a year and a half now, I've been getting out of the house more recently and exploring some of the area around here. And I spent a lot of time in a little town called Fairhope, Alabama, that's kind of down here on the coast. If you're ever in South Alabama, it's a different little town. It's eclectic, got some good music over there, and yeah, so I had a good one. But anyhow, today the title of the video is Raw Vegan Experts, and that might be just a little bit misleading, see as how I kind of scoff at that term experts. That's why it's in parentheses. I don't really, in general, I bristle when I hear that raw vegan experts. Closest thing I know to a raw vegan expert that nobody talks about would be Brenda Davis, the author of Becoming Vegan and Becoming Raw. And I think probably she would never refer to herself as a raw vegan expert either. I don't even know if she's fully raw right now, but she's got a great book on the subject. And one thing I'm gonna say is there's a lot of sources out there. And one reason I really like her is because the raw vegan lifestyle, whatever you want to think about it, whether you're totally against it, totally for it, part of the cult of it, or whatever, there's just not a big enough research body around anything for anybody to claim being an expert out there. Even the people that supposedly have been fully raw, some of them only eating fruit for 30 or 40 years, and I'm not calling anybody out. Actually, some of the people that I've seen make these claims, I actually believe. But that's anecdotal. You don't base studies. Science is not based on anecdotes, and we just don't have that many of those. And just to give you something to think about and take it with a grain of salt, you know what happened? One person is not that strong of a case, because we hear the story over and over and over of the person that ate like crap their whole life, drank, smoked, whatever, and lived to 95. So yeah, I don't really buy the whole expert thing out there. But I will tell you this, if you're skeptical of what I'm saying, or maybe you have your one person, that guru that you have held holy since the first day you heard of this lifestyle, read Brenda Davis, Becoming Vegan, Becoming Raw, next to. Read it at the same time you're reading one of the books by one of the raw vegan experts, the so-called experts out there. And what you're going to find is when you're reading Brenda Davis's book is you just feel the science. You see studies. You see scientific principles. You understand the why. With the others, it's more like I believe, I feel, these type of words, or this is my experience over this and this and this. So, like I say, just take that expert with a little bit of a grain of salt. And the worst thing, and I'm not saying necessarily throw anybody out, whoever books you're following, whoever you're following on YouTube, but that's the scariest part of all, is that most people doing this lifestyle, and that's what I've noticed, and that's why I like to keep my fingers in a few communities, even if I'm not active, just to see how people are thinking and what they're doing. And most people that are doing the raw vegan lifestyle, they have one person. It's almost like quasi-cult religious. They've got that one person that they follow. They get all their information. Filtered through there. And that's just, I don't even care. Even the people that actually know what they're doing, you should not be following one person on YouTube or social media anywhere and taking all your information from them. And you should be verifying everything you do. I haven't had a person. I've been doing this over 10 years now. I've been eating like this. Who knows? I don't make any claims. Maybe I'll fall apart tomorrow. Maybe it'll all fall apart. But I've been doing it okay for 10 years, and I don't have a person. Never had a person. I've had people that I've taken bits and pieces from throughout the years. But for people that have watched a lot of my videos, kind of know the way I think, I've taken the vast majority of my information from non-raw sources. I take my information from the Dr. Michael Greger's How Not to Die. I'm always mentioning the same ones, but also too, T. Colin Campbell, all his stuff, the salt, oil, sugar-free version of a whole food plant-based diet. That is the real deal there. That's where it comes from. Now, I've just taken it and I apply that to how I eat my raw. But I've never been fanatic and I've never made any claims. I've tell you guys repeatedly, although somebody will come in and go, I thought you were fully raw. I've never. Even if you go back to my early videos, I've always told you I'm not fully raw. But I look at these people that have good, solid, nutritional, scientific information. Another one is Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn, heart doctor. You know, he has good, like he's got statistics. He's been in a practice. But even somebody like him, who was a heart doctor, he doesn't have enough like research, because we've never had a civilization, we've never had a group of people that have lived long enough to make like all these like saying things with certainty like a lot of raw people do. And it just goes back to the cult of personality. And that's a problem in general with today. People want one person. For whatever reason, whether it's on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, wherever, they've got that one person that's kind of, they come to them for one thing, like maybe raw vegan, or like, and sometimes it's a sports personality people follow. But then they start wanting to get the opinion on everything in life, like taking an athlete and wanting to know some medical, what their medical opinion is, or what their opinion is over some domestic, over something in another country. It's like, I like to get people that are in certain fields. Like, I'll take this person for this kind of information, this person for this kind of information, but you should not be watching anybody on YouTube that you take all your information through. And there's a lot of people out there that are phenomenal, way more qualified than me. I would be horrified to know that I'm your only source of information on this lifestyle or anything else. And I also invite you, with any of the experts, to be skeptical, to question everything. I don't mean to necessarily sit there and waste your time, asking them back and forth and wanting to argue about it, but take what everybody says in their videos and in their information that they put out and go dig a little bit. Take that video I was talking about, Google, YouTube, and go do some searches. Go see what other people say. If you've got a subject, or if somebody says something that resonates with you, go do a search on that subject. See what other people say. If somebody says something that doesn't sit right with you, or that just doesn't make any sense, search that. Go see what other people say. See what the so-called experts agree on. Now, there is a little usefulness there, is when you can just see all these people that are and a lot of them have a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge in the subject. See what they all agree on. What are the certain things they all agree on, and then kind of look into those. What are the things that they disagree on? Look into that, but form your own opinion. Think for yourself. Too many people on these social apps want you to follow them, want you to do their method. All I've ever wanted to do from day one is to maybe make you think a little bit. I don't want you to follow me. I don't want you to do anything like me. You might not eat one bite of food like me, but just think for yourself and know your reasons why you're doing what you're doing. And it damn sure shouldn't be because of anything that's going on back and forth online, or whatever. Like I say, you're going to learn the most when you step back from being, from engaging online, and actually sit down and do the work and do some searches and do some research on your own. I look back and I've just kind of plodded away over the 10 years. I never have, been fanatic about knowing everything. I've never been in a hurry, oh my God, I got to do this immediately. I've just kind of plodded along. Each year I seem to, obviously in the beginning, when you're new to anything, you learn more. You learn, things happen faster. As you've been doing it for a while, you make less changes, you learn less new things, but still, every year I'm picking up something new and I'm applying it. And why? Because I keep an open mind. I mean, there's nothing out there that I've just got my mind closed to, and I'm like, nope, don't want to hear that. I'm always, anything that comes out, even if it's ridiculous, I can dismiss it, but keep your mind open, think for yourself, and stop deifying people. Stop putting people up on this pedestal, in this cult of personality, because especially when it comes to this subject, I just really don't think there are experts out there because there's just not enough. Not enough. It hadn't been around long enough. There's not enough data on the stuff, not enough science on the stuff. So just my 2 cents worth. Hey, disagree, don't disagree. That's what makes life interesting, isn't it? Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. Hope your week got off to a good start, and I'll see you here again in a day or so. Peace.